Absolute Batman picks up on an Elseworld Batman story. You know, we have seen the same Batman for 80 years. Not 80 years. 70 years, probably, because he was different at first. But once we found, like, our main... Yeah, see, Hazel kicks me for saying 80 years. Once we found, like, our main kind of continuity classic Batman who...
kind of had the same tropes throughout the years type of deal.
Yeah, we kept him. And a lot of people get really mad if you try to do Batman any other way now.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Snyder, who wrote, like, the New 52 Batman, which to me is one of the coolest, like, iterations of that classic Batman, comes out with Absolute Batman, which is nothing like that. This Bruce Wayne is not rich. He is still traumatized because instead of losing his mother and his father, he only lost his father and grew up with that edge of feeling that he needed to protect his mother. Mm-hmm. And I love that this has kind of birthed this protection into Bruce Wayne and Batman. So he has grown up his whole life with this need to protect people, especially his mother. You get different versions of all your favorite characters. Alfred, Oz, Eddie, Waylon Jones. You get these cool Alfred. Absolute Alfred is absolutely amazing. But you get these different versions of all of these classic characters so that when you're reading it, you feel a little nostalgia to like, oh, there's Oz. I know he's the Penguin and Eddie's the Riddler. But the story will quickly remind you that you know nothing about this universe. And truthfully, I have just enjoyed 1 through 11 of Absolute Batman. I'm caught up on the series. I let Ham read like the first 4 issues before we started this podcast just so he could get a feel for Absolute Batman. What do you think?
4 issues in. What can I say about Absolute Batman? It's absolutely entertaining, for one. I like to see this new take on Batman. Also because it's like, DC is known for Elseworlds.
Yeah.
And different takes on characters. But most of the time, I feel like Elseworlds, it's either like, we're doing something different, but we're going to hit familiar beats along the way. This is just like, building from the ground up differently. What's the change? What's this? What's that? Like, Martha and Thomas Wayne, completely different characters. Like, similar vibes to, like, the Thomas and Martha you know. But Thomas is not a surgeon. He's a teacher in this universe and such. His mom was a social worker. You know, it's got a whole different vibe going on with it. And I like that. Like, every character is finding their way into the narrative to kind of become... what I see, only 4 issues in, is every character's finding their way to become who they're supposed to be in a traditional Batman universe, but they're going through a whole different character arc to get there. And I feel like some of them, it's going to be a far more tragic tale to how they become who they are than in the normal universe. Because, I don't know, it's a very interesting new take, and it's fun to read it and be like, I'm familiar with a lot of these characters, and they're vibing similar, but I'm looking forward to getting to learn their whole new story. And Absolute Batman is an absolute unit. Like...
standing at 6'9", 421 pounds, this man is missing a no meat on his body. This man... is big and strong enough to take down anything.
He's like a mini Hulk almost, just without the gamma radiation or the super strength. He's built his body to be this Greek god-esque reflection to protect everything he loves. And it's definitely cool. Also, Absolute Gotham compared to regular Gotham. Like, regular Gotham is daycare compared to Absolute Gotham. Like, Batman's just going up and spanking the kids in regular Gotham, essentially. Absolute Gotham is a hellhole where these people called who are the first guys? The zoo,
The party animals,
the party animals are
led by Black Mask.
Led by Black Mask. Only 4 issues in, they're just murdering anybody just for the hell of it. It seems like their goals are slowly getting uncovered, but just the way they use violence to get to, I don't know their full goals yet. Only 4 issues have been read by me, but just the way they're using violence to just intimidate people, it's like, ugh. Like, these guys are bad news, and I want Absolute Batman to go as hard as he can on them. Like that one guy who has like the hatchet or the meat cleaver, and I think it's issue 1, and he uses the bat symbol axe to just cut his hand off.
Absolutely.
I was like, that's the Batman we need for this universe, because it's screwed up. Everything's screwed up in this universe. And I believe that's also because of how this universe was conceived. Like, the Absolute universe is conceived from, like, Darkseid being like, screw you guys, I'm going to make a universe where you're all miserable. And it sucks, and everything sucks. And the main guys are like, okay. So, I'm looking forward to the day they might do, like, a crossover. Like, Absolute Batman meeting regular Batman, that's going to be crazy. Like, regular Batman's going to have to look up at this guy.
I really didn't even know there was any connection to, like, a main continuity, really.
There is, like, a reason this universe was created. It's not just for fun. They were like, well, if we're going to do it, let's put a reason in continuity why it exists. I don't remember what it is, but I definitely recommend looking into it and being like, oh, read the origin of the Absolute universe.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't want it to cross over anytime soon, because I want to really get a feel for these characters. And, you know, we're only talking about Batman, Absolute Batman. I've heard that Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, I've heard they're all amazing as well. And just to give you, like, I want to give, like, a little outline of Absolute Batman so far. So you've got issues 1 through 6, which are, the arc is called The Zoo. This is where we're, you know, learning about Batman. The first issue, you were talking about how bad the party animals are. The first time we see Batman, he is pulling up on the party animals who have just burned down a daycare.
Yeah.
And he just starts beating the ever-living shit out of them. You have The Zoo, 1 through 6. You get 7 and 8, which is a 2-part Mr. Freeze story.
Okay.
And I am just going to give a little bit of information about Absolute Freeze. This, and a little bit of a spoiler here, but for me, I had to get a couple of spoilers to even, like, start the book. Start reading the book to see how cool it was. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about Absolute Freeze. Victor Freeze Jr. watches over his parents, Victor and Nora, our classic Freeze story, who are frozen in the ice. They have theorized and developed technology to freeze people, and freeze people who have these diseases and conditions that we don't have cures for yet. And they have to do this to their son, Victor Jr., who is frozen in the ice until some kind of cure was made for him. And he comes out of the ice, and when he meets Batman, he pretty much tells him, yeah, my parents thought the ice was this blue, pure spectacle of, you know, you go in there, you're frozen, you're fine. But it's not like that at all. The ice is pain. The ice twists. It condenses you. It freezes you. There is no cold or burning sensation. Like, eventually you get past the cold, you get past the burning, and all you feel is pain. And that's how he describes the ice. And this has made him the most demented ice monster you could think of.
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze in Absolute possibly has a cooler origin than the actual Mr. Freeze in mainline continuity, just because it takes from that old story and builds upon it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was super awesome. And that little beat right there that I just gave you gives you a 2-part like mini arc within the 2 arcs. After that, you go into the Bane arc, which everyone's talking about, and you'll see all over social media. Bane is awesome. He can kick the shit out of Batman. Like, the Arkham story, or Arkham, should I say, is absolutely awesome. Yeah, so you go from Black Mask with the Zoo to Mr. Freeze to Bane, and I've just got to say, these 3 characters are amazing iterations of these villains. But also what I'll say is, you have Bruce Wayne, grew up on Crime Alley.
Yeah.
Grew up on Crime Alley with his best friends, Selina Kyle, Edward Nygma, Oz Cobblepot, Waylon Jones, and Harvey Dent, who we know is Catwoman, Killer Croc, Two-Face, Penguin, Riddler. And I don't want to say too much, but I just want to say the closer they get to Bruce Wayne and the closer they get to Gotham's underworld in general, the better this story gets. And I have a running theory that Batman is going to be what pushes them to become their villain egos.
Okay.
And I don't know that for sure, but I think that's where things are going, and that's going to be tragic, because those are Bruce's best and, like, only friends right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Absolute Batman's been awesome. That's about all I wanted to say about it. Just wanted to shout out Absolute Batman on the podcast, talk about it. Might do some follow-ups when some new issues come out and talk about them here.